do the action or something like that?
The action was actually absolutely everyone else's responsibility. I just stand behind people that are stronger than me the entire time. I don't even get to run around as much as I did in the second movie. So the action wasn't difficult. I guess one of the most challenging scenes would probably be kissing Jacob for real, finally, for the first time. And seeing that there was a different road to go down that was desirable as well, and that for her, because she's so, like tunnel vision, Edward is the only thing for her. It's a strange perspective, and then I have to go in and talk to Edward about it, and it's like such a different dynamic than we've ever had, and it was a different Bella. It was like I had never had to play somebody who would have done stuff like that, so it was hard. And I was nervous as hell about it.
Because of the kiss?
Just because of that moment and how different that kiss is to all of the rest of them in the movie, and how different they have to be. Like, it is the most unique moment. It's like, it's also, it's a mistake, and it's like, I always say that Bella makes a lot of mistakes and she's willing to own them, and she's, I think it's cool to see her a little bit like ashamed and then at the same time like scared. I just think it's cool.
So some people have suggested that one of the big reasons why the series is so popular is that it mixes forbidden love, making love to forbidden desire, making love to a vampire with more traditional message like pro-marriage, family, and true love. Is that one of the big reasons? And if so, are there others, or why or why not?
Are there reasons for
the popularity of the series? Is because it mixes.
Right. Yeah, I think if you took like all of the mythical aspects away from the story, that it would still stand as a really strong, interesting thing to be a part of. Like, I think the whole vampire and the whole werewolf thing are really good, like, sort of plot devices, because all of the aspects of a vampire and all of the aspects of a werewolf are fully encompassed by the humans that are playing, the humans that are, like, by Jacob and Edward. So it's like, if all of that was gone, they'd still be the same people. And I don't think it's like a big phenomenon because the vampire mythical aspect, it definitely takes a good story and it raises the stakes and it makes it a little bit more interesting, but I think it's just about how whole the characters are and how easy it is to have like a faith in them and be sort of addicted to them, and they let you down a lot and then like pick themselves back up, and it's just like, I don't think it has anything to do with the vampire thing. I think it just makes that a little bit cooler.
I wanted to ask you about working with David Slade, because it was kind of interesting. I noticed he used a lot of close-ups, and I was wondering if you were aware that a lot of these shots were going to be in close-up. And fortunately, you have beautiful, flawless skin, but I mean, was there any extra thing you had to do in terms of your acting to work with his style of filmmaking?
No, I mean, we've worked with the same DP now for New Moon and Eclipse, and I always ask Javier, like, hey, how close are you? Because David actually, it's sort of something that he intentionally does, is not tell you stuff like that, which I completely understand, because most actors are crazy and neurotic and don't want to know that the camera's up their nose, but it's good to know. No, I didn't do anything differently. I mean, you have to change a little bit, just, I mean, every time you work with a new director, but it's cool working with someone different on each one of these, because as long as someone has like the same passion for it, as long as they're into it, you have to do all of this sort of like rework. You have to reconsider all of the ideas that, had you been working with the same person, you might just say like, oh, we've covered that, we don't need to go over that again. But in this case, I have to sort of like, I have to introduce my character to David. He meets Bella through me. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm playing her. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just the way. We've done something already, and it's cool to let a new person into the fold. It's fun.
Right here.
Hi. Now that you've done 3 of these, are there things in the books that you wish had made it into the movies?
Yeah, totally. Gosh, there's a million things. I mean, like, every single time we watch one of the movies, especially if some of the cast watches it together, it's like, it's always an incredibly frustrating experience. I mean, that's why I'm glad Breaking Dawn is going to be 2 movies, which I can finally say. So there's going to be less of that. There's like going to be less of having to lose stuff. I mean, I know you want like a specific thing, but I'm trying to think of one now and I can't.
There's no scenic booking, Dawn, that you can think of you really want to do?
Oh yeah. I mean, no, there's a million. We haven't shot it yet.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I can't wait to see Renesmee, and I can't wait to have a kid and get married. It's all of it. Like it's going to be crazy.
And really fast about Breaking Dawn, I loved Rob's interview he gave the other week. He was like, let's make it rated R. Let's go. Let's stick to the book and do it. You know, is it going to stick to the book? Like, might the rating go up, or do you think you guys will tone it down, or Melissa Rosenberg will tone it down?
I mean, I guess everybody like interprets those things differently. I really, my guess is that it'll be PG-13. I have no idea. I mean, I guess we'll all see when it comes out.
With Breaking Dawn, do you see an opportunity, since it is two parts, to create sort of two interpretations of Bella somewhat anyway, between the pre-vampire and post-vampire?
Yeah, actually, I really can't wait to get into that because I've been on the outskirts of like what it would feel like to play one of them, and I've had to think about it a lot, considering, you know, Bella's dating one of them very seriously, and, you know, if your significant other is, you know, dealing with these issues, I've thought about it a lot, and I can't wait to actually, like, be it. It's going to be a trip. It's going to be weird, and I think she does change a lot, and I think she's such a strong, she's going to be the coolest vampire out of all of them. I mean, she's got the greatest power. She's impenetrable. Nothing can touch her, and she can literally protect, like, the whole clan, and I think that's so cool. She's such a mother too. Like I just think she's such a. I think it'll be awesome to see like how much she's changed from Twilight. She's a 17-year-old kid who really doesn't care about a whole lot other than herself, and to see her like become the sort of like, you know, matriarch. It's be really cool.